Okay po, so good day everyone. So as for the continuation po of our topic, which is about naming and writing of ionic compound using transition metals, ayan, magpo-provide po ako here ng marami examples para mas maintindihan at ma-masters natin kung ano ba talaga or kung paano ba talaga mag-name and mag-write ng ionic compound with using the transition metals. So pag sinabing transition metals, yan po yung mga yun yung mga element na nasa gitna. Ayan, sila yung mga nasa gitna, the transition metals, who has a two or more than charges po. Okay? So, first one, for example, we have an example of, halimbawa, we have RH. RH or rhodium. Nakakapsak siya. RH. RH, halimbawa, we have RH3 and RH3 and P3. Ayan. Halimbawa, ayan po, we have RH3 and P3. O, halimbawa, ganyan. So, this compound po, ay ang una-una natin gagawin is to identify kung meron ba tayong transition metals dyan. Meron ba tayong transition metals? Of course, we have transition metals which is the RH3. Okay, so meron tayong RH3, the transition metals. Ibig sabihin na gagamit tayo ng charges to name this compound. Okay po. So, ano ulit ang unang steps na ginagawa natin? First one is to name or identify yung mga symbol or anong element ang may symbol na RH. That is rhodium. Okay, so this is rhodium. Hanapin nyo dyan si rhodium. You can take out your periodic table po para masundan po natin yung mga elements na tinutukoy natin. Okay, so we have rhodium and then yung P natin is, that is, P stands for phosphorus. So since we apply the IDE ending, so phosphorus will become phosphide. Ayan po. So, now we have the name ng ating mga symbols. Now, next step po natin, after natin pangalanan yung mga symbols na yan, is to look for the charges. Ano ba yung mga charges ng RH? Ano ba yung mga charges na meron sa RH natin? And then, we have phosphorus. Kung ano po ba yung mga charges na meron dyan. Okay, so the next step is to look for the charges. So, ilan ba ang charges ng ating rhodium at ng ating phosphorus? So, ang rhodium po natin, if you're going to look at your periodic table, ang rhodium po ay may mga charges na, okay, so we have a positive 3. So, yung positive niya. So, we have a positive 3. Ayan. So, yan po ang charges ng rhodium natin. While the phosphorus po, since nandito siya, which is katapat siya ni nitrogen, and nitrogen has negative 3. Ayan. So, yan po yung ating mga charges. So, after po natin ma-identify yung charges, let us take a look again on our compound. So, nakalagay po dito is we have RH3. So, ibig sabihin, ang rhodium natin should be 3. Dapat 3 siya. So, we're going to insert or add another 3 rhodium. Okay po. So, we have RH and another RH. So, that will be pare-pareho. We have positive 3 and then again another positive 3. Pare-pareho lang po yan. And the next one is we have the phosphorus naman. So, after ng RH3 natin, yun na, yan na, nabuo na po natin yan, 3 rhodium. And then we have another one, the phosphorus. So, ang phosphorus natin ay kailangan din po natin ng 3. Okay. So, for the phosphorus, dagdagan lang po natin ulit siya ng 2. We have negative 3 and then another one, phosphorus, we have negative 3. Ayan. So, kapag ito total po natin sila, all in all, we have, so for rhodium, we have, of course, 3 plus 3 plus 3, we have positive 9. Diba? 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for phosphorus, we have 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, for 9 plus 3, 6 plus 3, 9. And then, negative 9. So, equivalent na po or equal na po sila or balance na po sila na ating charges. Okay, so after natin makuha ang charges natin, pag nakuha na po yung charges na i-total na i-balance na, pareho na po silang or pareho na silang equivalent po ng number of charges naman, ang next natin gagawin is to look kung ano ba yung charge na ilalagay natin dito sa gitna po ng ating gitna na ating naming. Okay po. So, since regardless po ng total na yung 9, kasi baka malilito po kayo, regardless po of the total number of charges, ang tinitignan lang po natin dyan is kung ano yung charge ba ang ginamit natin para mabuo itong positive 9 charge na yan. And ang titignan lang po natin ay yung dito sa transition metal. Itong transition metal lang kay rhodium. Wala po tayong pakialam dito kay phosphorus. Okay, so kapag magtitingin tayo ng charges na ilalagay dito sa gitna to name the ionic compound in transition or using the transition metals, we only look at the transition metals with its positive or with its charges. Kung ano ba yung ginamit na charges natin. So, we have positive 3. So, we have Roman numerals 3. So, the name of this compound po is rhodium 3 phosphide. So, ganun po siya. Ayan. So, yan po yung magiging name niya. So, ito po yung paano natin ni-name ang ating given ionic compound. Malinaw po. And then, so, another one. So, gawa ulit tayo ng another one. We have tungsten naman. O, halimbawa, we have tungsten. O, ito naman word. Gawin nating word. Tungsten. So, tungsten. Tungsten 6. Tungsten 6. Bromide. Ayan. Okay, so halimbawa meron po tayo ito yung given natin. Ito yung problem natin. We have the tungsten 6 bromide. So, paano naman po natin nahanapin ang formula, ang chemical formula ng tungsten 6 bromide? So, ano po yung una natin gagawin naman? We have to look for the symbol of the given element. So, ang tungsten, ano ba ang symbol ng tungsten natin? Tungsten symbol is W. Okay? And then, after nyan, tungsten, we have the bromide. Ang bromide is also called as bromine. So, ano ba ang symbol ng bromine? We have Br. Ayan. So, kapag halimbawa nakita na natin or nahanap na natin ang symbol for the given element, next step is to look for the charges. We always look for the charges to get the correct answer in looking for the, or in naming of ionic compound using transition metals. Okay, so we have to look for the charges ng tungsten at ni bromine. So, ang tungsten natin, ano po yung mga charges na meron tayo kay tungsten? So, tungsten is, belong siya sa transition metals natin. So, ano na yung mga charges natin? We have positive 6 kay tungsten and positive 4. Ayan. Then, next naman kay bromine. Ang bromine po, since under siya ni fluorine, so we have negative 1. Or bromine has negative charge. Has only one negative 1 charge po. Okay? So, after nating makuha ang mga charges na yan. Okay, so, ano naman ang next na gagawin natin? Ano next natin gagawin? Okay, so we have here the negative 1 kay bromine. Mayroon ba siyang equivalent ng charge kay tungsten? Of course, wala po kasi we have positive 6 and positive 4 dito. Wala po tayong positive 1 or 1. Diba kay tungsten? So, anong gagawin natin? To match the charges of the tungsten, we have to add another bromine. So, paano natin gagawin yan? So, para hindi kayo nanguhula at hindi po kayo mag-trial and error, look at the name of the compound of the element or ng ating chemical compound ng ating ionic compound. Look at the name. We have tungsten 6 bromide. Meron na tayong given na Roman numeral 6 dito. And remember that in naming and writing of ionic compound using the transition metals, the Roman numerals in between of the naming po is the number of charge of the transition metal. And the 6 here is the number of charge ng tungsten natin. So, ito siya. So, C, positive 6. We have 6 and we have the positive 6. So, ibig sabihin, ang charge na ginamit po dito kay tungsten is the positive 6. So, ibig sabihin, si 6 ang gagamitin natin. So, ang positive 4 ay mawawala na. So, ibig sabihin, we have the positive 6. So, kailangan tapatan to ni bromine, ang positive 6. So, since we have negative 1 lang dito, ang gawin natin, mag-add pa tayo ng another 5 bromine. So, ganun lang po ang gagawin natin. Ayan. So, we have, para maging 6 din siya. O, bawal po tayo nanguhula na ano ha. So, ang gagawin, for example, pag ganito po, ang gagawin lang ninyo ay, bawal kayong, halimbawa, bromine yan, mag-add kayo ng oxygen to make it immediately, since ang oxygen natin is negative 2, 3 na agad, para 3 na lang yung idagdag natin. Hindi po pwede ha. Kung magdadagdag kayo ng element, it should be same element and same number of charges. Ganun lang po. Ayan. So, now we have, pareho na ba? 6 na ba sila? So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, another 1. Magdagdag pa tayo ng another 1. So, we have negative. So, we have, for the bromine now, we have a total of 6 or negative 6 charges. Ayan, di ba? So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, since negative 1 yan, so we have negative 6. Match na po ba sila ng tungsten? Of course, yes. So, we have positive 6 and negative 6. So, after po niyan, okay, so, hindi pa nagtatapos dyan. After po now we have to identify the subscript. Kung ilan ba yung subscript. Ang tungsten natin, since positive 6 lang siya, hindi na tayo nagdagdag dito. So, automatically, this will only be 1. How about sa bromine? Ang bromine natin, meron tayong dinagdag na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, meron tayong 6. So, ang ilalagay lang po natin dito sa baba, sa gilid, the subscript po ni bromine is 6. Now, we have WBr6. So, that will be the chemical formula of tungsten 6 bromide. Okay? Malinaw po? Ganun lang po yung gagawin, ha? Okay, next. Another example. Another example tayo para mas maintindihan nyo pa. Yung medyo mahirap-harap naman. Okay, so for example, we have, hashum. Hashum. 2 and, no. Should be, iba naman. Ayan, molybdenum. Mag-molybdenum tayo. Molybdenum. Molybdenum 4 and sulfide. Ayan. So, we have molybdenum 4 sulfide. Okay, so, gawin na natin 6. Molybdenum 6 para medyo mahaba-haba. Ayan. Molybdenum 6 sulfide. Now, how do we get the chemical formula or the formula of molybdenum 6 sulfide? Ano ulit unang gagawin? We have to write down the symbol of the given element. Ang molybdenum, ano ang kanyang symbol? So, we have molybdenum has a symbol MO. Okay? So, after nan, next naman is a sulfide. Sulfide is also called a sulfur. So, ang sulfur po has a symbol S, capital letter S. Ayan. So, since nakuha na natin yung symbol ng bawat element, now let us get the charges. Tignan naman natin yung charges nila. Okay? So, let us see kung ano yung mga charges na meron. Okay? Molybdenum. Anong charges ang meron kay molybdenum? We have the positive 6 and we have positive 4. How about kay sulfur? Ang sulfur po, since under siya ni oxygen, so we have negative 2. So we have negative 2 charge. Ayan. So after po natin makuha ang charges ng each element, ano naman ang gagawin natin? Okay, so nandito na tayo sa tinatawag nating magka-cancel tayo ng charges. Kung ano ba yung dapat natin magamit? The cancellation. Okay? Mag-i-evict tayo ng charges. Kung ano ba yung magagamit natin at hindi natin magagamit. Kaya natin mag-evict. Bakit kailangan mag-evict? Para mas madali nating matukoy kung ano lang yung charges na gagamitin natin at kung ilang element ba yung dapat nating idagdag para makuha yung same equivalent of charges ng 2 element. O bawal po tayong magbawas ha, hindi po tayo nagbabawas. Nagdadagdag tayo but hindi tayo nagbabawas. Okay. So for the charges ng molybdenum at ng sulfur, ayan, so para hindi na mahirapan, 'di ba? We always look at the name of the element. So since ang name niya yan is we have molybdenum 6 sulfide, ibig sabihin ng transition metal na ginamit, na charge na ginamit sa transition metal is the number 6, the positive 6. So ang molybdenum, meron siyang positive 6 and positive 4, automatically ang ma-eliminate or ang makakancel is the positive 4. Ayan. So we have only positive 6. Now, the question is, equivalent ba sila ni sulfur? Yes or no? Of course, no. Diba? Hindi naman same number ang 6 and 2. So, anong gagawin natin? Kailangan natin pantayan yung 6 charges, yung number ng charges na molybdenum. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin magdagdag kay sulfur. Ayan. So, we have sulfur has 2. So, ilan dadagdag natin to make it 6? You have to add another 2 sulfur. Ayan. So, all in all, in total, we now have negative 6 sulfur for the sulfur. So, we have negative 6 and negative 6 for molybdenum. Okay? So, after natin makuha yung charges, tignan natin. Si MO natin ay isa lang. So, meaning we only have 1 molybdenum. But, pagdating kay sulfur, ilang beses natin inulit? 1, 2, 3. Tatlo. So, now we have MOS3 as a subscript po ng ating element na sulfur. Okay po? Malinaw? Okay. So, another one. Another example. Medyo mahirap-hirap naman sana. Okay. We have okay, so for example, we have platinum, the platinum. Mag-ano muna tayo? Formula. Let us look for the name. Platinum 3 and platinum 3 platinum T3 and N4. Ayan. PT3 and N4. Ayan. So, paano natin papangalanan ang compound na PT3 and N4? Okay, anong first step na ginagamit natin? Tignan natin kung may transition metal ba dyan sa compound na yan. May transition metal ba? Of course. Ang transition metal natin is the PT. So, next, after natin ma-identify kung may transition metals, of course, automatically, that our naming will have charge. Okay? Meron tayong charge dyan. So, now, ang PT natin, since ang PT po natin is the transition metal, hanapin natin ngayon. Anong element ang may symbol na PT? Ang PT po is symbol for platinum. Ayan, that is platinum. Next, na-name na natin ang PT. Next element, we have the N. Ang N natin is nitrogen. In applying the IDE endings, ang nitrogen magiging nitride. Ayan, magiging nitride siya. Applying the IDE endings in naming and writing the ionic compounds. Next, after po natin ma-name ang each element. Okay, ang each element, after natin mapangalanan yung mga yan, we now move on or unlocking the charges. Ayan, hanapin na natin ang charges ni platinum and nitrogen. Ang platinum natin, ilan ang mga charges niya or ano yung mga charges niya? We have positive 4 and we have positive 2. Ayan, so yan yung mga charges ni platinum. While nitrogen ay meron po siyang, ayan, negative 3. Ayan, so this is the number of charges of each element, negative 3. So, ang sabi dyan, after natin makuha ang charges, tignan ulit natin ang ating chemical formula. Tignan natin kung may mga subscript sila. Pag sinabi subscript, ito yung number ng element na kailangan. Okay, so we have PT3. So, for our platinum, meron tayong 3. May 3 tayo. So, ibig sabihin, 3 beses dapat nating uulitin si platinum. Okay, so now we have, ayan, so tatlong PT ang meron tayo. Next naman, pagdating naman kay nitrogen, we have N4. So, ibig sabihin, ang nitrogen natin ay 4. Ayan, so we have 4. With the same number of charges. So, this is negative 3, and then we have another negative 3. Okay po? So, next naman, after nating makuha, okay? After nating madagdagan yung subscript, makuha yung tamang number of subscript na bawat element, we now have to total each charges. So, ang nitrogen natin merong 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. We now have a 12. Okay, we have negative 12 charges. Pagdating naman dito kay kay platinum, ilang charges kaya ang meron siya? Si platinum natin. O kapag halimbawa, ang ginamit natin is the 2 plus 2. O 2 plus 2 plus 2, we only have 6. Tama? O 6, pareho ba ng negative 12? Of course, hindi. O, so, kapag 4 ang ginamit natin, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, it's 12. So, ibig sabihin, ang charge na gagamitin natin ay si 4. Ayan, burahin natin si 2. Okay. Ayan. So, pag in total na po natin yan, we now have positive 12. Equal na ba siya? Equal na ba ang number of charges ni platinum at ni nitrogen? Yes, pareho na silang 12. Now, ano idadagdag natin dito sa gitna ni platinum at ni nitrogen? Okay po, di ba? Always remember that regardless of the number or the total number of charges, wala po tayong pakialam dyan. Wala tayong pakialam sa total number of charges at sa number of charges ng ating non-metal. Okay? We always look at the charges na ginamit ni transition metal. Ano yung charge na ginamit niya to para mabuo ang positive 12 charges? Ito ay positive 4. So, ang ilalagay natin sa gitna, platinum, close open parenthesis, 4 nitride. Wala po maglalagay ng number dyan ha. Roman numerals lang po ang gamit natin. So, the name of the chemical formula PT3N4 is platinum 4 nitride. Okay po? Malinaw po ba sa lahat? Okay? So, pwede nyo pong ulit-ulitin to, panoorin ng paulit-ulit. And then, bukas po tomorrow, may ibibigay akong activity sa oras po ng time natin. Para kasi kapag binigay ko na ngayon sa inyo, baka may mag-search sa internet ng sagot, diba? So, nalaman nyo na yung sagot. Ang unfair naman sa iba. So, para on the spot po, bukas ninyo sasagutan yan. Magsasend ng documentation sa akin ang mga presidents po ninyo. Malinaw po? Okay, so thank you so much for listening and I hope naintindihan po ninyo kasi after po nito, we're going to move on with our other topic which is about the Lewis dot structure po. Okay, so that will be all. Thank you.